again. We're waiting for this sunny weather, but yeah, it's not looking very sunny. Never mind. Curious yellow cooter, hey bud? I have to show off again. Look at the size of that rear fin. Isn't that cool? And over there. Every time you back this thing up, you've got to look over your shoulder and look at that. And it's like, that's cool. Yeah. Dan Ferris, you get in the shower. She certainly is. We're surprisingly dry in here, aren't we, Steve? Hey, there he is.
I had to put my coat on. It actually, temperature dropped. Got a little cold in here.
Yeah. We got a little bit of aftermarket ventilation in the floors. We got a, see under his feet there, that's a little bit of Camaro floor pan that we borrowed from our hosts in San Diego. It's, we put it in bad chance style with a bit of blue tape. Then we got a little bit down here. You know, a little of the newness is worn off it, as my old man would have said. So the target is we're heading for Las Cruces, which I think, what, how many hours did I say that was? About 5 hours.
Yeah, four something, almost
Yeah,
5.
about 5 hours.
In this thing.
Yeah, well, we are cruising, so yeah, we're having fun, Steve.
Oh, I have had a blast.
We're having fun, yeah. We are having fun. Unity Motorsports Garage, hey man. Nitro Mike. Scott Hoffman. Man, it's cool to see so many of you guys getting on. I just kind of flattered, I guess, that you're interested. It's kind of cool. So, try and keep it interesting for you. But it is on time, you know. It is a long ass drive. We've, I don't know whether you guys could hear it or not, but pulling into that gas station back there, there was some pretty good scraping sounds coming from the rear brakes. So that was, we weren't able to get to the rear brakes. On these old Plymouths, they have a, what they call a Morse taper on the rear axle, and you have to pull the drums off. You need like a big ass heavy duty puller to get the drums off. So we weren't able to get to the rear brakes, and they did seem to work a little bit. Like we got them to bleed, and you could actually, they were grabbing, which was pretty surprising. But we never got to do a visual inspection on them, and now they're kind of making some noise. When you first put your foot on the brakes, they're scraping pretty good, pretty bad, depending how you look at it. So when it dries, I don't feel like crawling under the car right now, but when it dries out a bit, maybe tonight when we get into the motel or something like that, we might do the old vice grip on the rear hose and just run on the front brakes, because it's I don't know, it sounds like we're metal to metal back there and lathing what's left of the drums away. But in Kiwi style, it may end up with discs or something on there anyway, so I'm not too perturbed about that. Like looking at the front brakes, they're pretty worn out. I'm sure the shoes and drums, I'm pretty sure the back will be similar. So, but it's just, I'd hate for them to jam on or something like that, you know. Don Thompson wipers working good, yeah mate, they are. Can't you see? They're going so fast you can't see them. How many miles to Dallas? Oh, it's quite a long way to Dallas from here. We're going to get to Las Cruces. Well, I guess it's about 15 hours, because we're about 5 hours from Las Cruces and then 10 hours up to Dallas. So, no, sorry, 10 hours from Dallas. 10 hours from Dallas to Franklin, right?
Yeah, no problem. We could be 10 hours.
And I think it's from Las Cruces, I think it's about another 8 or 9 hours up to Dallas. So, yeah, we still got the rest of today and then another 2 pretty full days of driving. Alright, let's look and see what you guys are running. liking the car. There's a few little things I want to do to it. I want to get, you know, a nice set of hubcaps for it, get some white wall on, maybe drop, you know, give it a little elevation drop, and then kind of see how I feel. But there's a definite, you know, we've talked pretty seriously about putting 392 Hemi in it, which I think would be cool. Yeah, so that would be cool. Missed 4 minutes. Oh, never mind, Danny. Who's that? Can't even read that, it's too small. Used to have a 58 Plymouth Suburban 2-door all stock. Never should have sold it. No, you shouldn't. But we all sold cars that we now know we shouldn't have. That's alright. Kev, the paid tourist, should be fun once you get to El Paso and hit the Texas line. Big 80 mile an hour speed limits. Man, I think we'll kill this old girl if we cruise along at 80. We've had her up to 70 and yeah, you really know you didn't. We got a long way to go, and you know, we'll be good to her and hopefully she'll be good to us. Fred Flintstone likes the Hemi idea. Well, of course, it's a Hemi. How could you not like the Hemi idea? But Vince Rancher wants to know if we can stop for ice cream.
I mean, Bucky's ice cream, maybe.
Bucky's ice cream?
Yeah.
And stop and get some authentic Tex-Mex. Long way to go and a short time to get there. That's us.
Hey, you guys let Chris know. Definitely. Let Chris know how amazed he's going to be when he goes to Bucky's for the first time. It'll change you.
Big old truck coming by. Robert Wells, putting this back on the road is so much. Excuse me. Ugh. Having to speak quite loud to try and make sure you guys can hear it. Try the fudge at Bucky's. They got good fudge.
Yes, they make their own fudge and amazing beef jerky.
Beef jerky, there you go. What are you guys riding? We're doing. What are we sitting at? About 60?
Right now we're in a little bit of traffic. We're about 50.
Oh, about 50 mile an hour.
Yeah.
This is a little bit of Tucson rush hour traffic, I think. So yeah, it's not quite up to California standards, but I'm okay with that. Redneck Rider 69. We haven't that. We've had 3 or 4 people talk to us about the car.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But not a lot.
Not a lot, but a lot of lookers and you know, a couple people come up. The one people pulled up next to us and wanted to know if it is that a 58 or a 59.
Yeah.
We were kind of excited that they knew that.
Yeah, that was cool. Truxton, it's pronounced Truxton. It is. Anthony Perner. Thanks, man. Thanks for watching. Hey, we got her on the road, but she tested us. She was not. She didn't really come willingly. Let's say. She made us work for it, and you know, that's all right. Good things are worth working for, you know. Oh, Danny boy, do you like that rear vision mirror? I have to tell you, it's not the easiest thing to see out of. It's just too low, you know. But it works, you know, and it's different, you know. It's kind of which makes it cool. Good oil pressure. It's using that last stop. We'd done 110 miles, I think, and it used about half a quart of oil. So yeah, it's fluctuating a little bit. The previous stop we did put ATF in it, which we were advised to do. It's supposed to help clean the gum out of oil rings. So we did that, and you know, it seemed to use a bit less oil. So I don't know, maybe the ATF's the reason why. You know, maybe road conditions, you know. The more hilly it is, you know, the harder on the engine it is, so it's probably going to use a bit more oil. So yeah, we'll kind of see. It's you know, the first 100 miles it used probably a little bit over 2 quarts, and it's like, oh, this is going to take a lot of oil, but it really is, you know, cleaning up. So yeah. Right, what else have we got? Flacco the skinny kid, good to see the old wagon on the road again. Yeah, it is. I do get a kick out of bringing something back from the dead. Frank F, hey Kiwi, what speed is the car cruising well at? I would have to say 60. About 60 it sounds quite happy, but it is pretty noisy. So yeah, it's more pleasant on the ears at 60, if you can use the word pleasant, which is a bit of a stretch. But yeah, 60 seems to be its happy zone. As I keep saying, we're just being kind to the old girl and hoping she's kind to us. So it seems like Large Marge is the nickname that's sticking with this old girl. So I think we might officially name her Large Marge after the ghost trucker in Pee-wee's Great Adventure. Yeah. Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Back Pee-wee's Pee-wee's Big Adventure. Yeah. So yeah, that's I think that's the name that's sticking. Danny Boyd, I was being facetious. Olive, yeah. Yeah, see, Danny Boyd, when you say Truxton, it's like, I'm not a local, I might be serious. But yeah, I get it, that's cool. Captain Anarchy, how are the starts after it heat soaks? Actually really good. Like, you just give it one tap of gas, hit the starter, and away it goes. It's quite happy starting, which is a little surprising, I've got to be say, because it did not want to start. I don't know whether some of you guys have watched the video of it starting, but we had to put oil down the bores to get it enough compression. Like on cranking, when we first started it had some of the cylinders were like 70 psi and a couple were 50, and it just didn't have enough bang to start, so we poured a bit of oil down it, and it started on, it was hard to say, but maybe, if you're lucky, 3 or 4 cylinders. And the guy Steve, who was helping us, just held the throttle open, and it was kind of cool because you could actually hear it coming to life, like another cylinder would kick in, and another cylinder would kick in. After about a minute, I guess, minute and a half, she was on 8 cylinders, and yeah, we let it run for a solid half an hour to get like some serious heat, fully up to temperature, and then it's started well ever since. Like even cold in the morning it starts. I was a bit worried about when it was cold in the morning, but it's fine. Hold your hand over the carburetor a little bit, choke it a bit, and away it goes. Another question for the long-term plans. I would, you know, there's definitely part of me that wants to put the Hemi in it. I just think it'd be cool. I don't want it to be a real hot one though, you know, but just a cool kind of low sleeper. Very quiet exhaust, and but just radio delete on these. Like, it's not just a little cover over the hole. There is, unless you cut into that, there's no radio. Oh yeah, and we got a power back window, goes up and down. Got a switch under the dash, so it's got a few luxury additions. Are we taking Route 66 at all? Are we going on there or not? No, I don't think we get to Route 66. Good V8 turbo, yeah. Yeah, Route 66 is a fairly long way north. Yeah, when you look at the map, it's a fairly long straight road. It just goes and goes. Eastbound and down, exactly right. How efficient are those brakes? Let me see, on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd say 4.5. 4.5 out of 10? Yeah. Compared to the brakes on that blue thing, as Tony likes to call it, they're, I think the blue thing's got a better park brake than this has, all of the brakes. That's alright, another reason why we're cruising, you know. At 95, that's the Wolverine garage. He ordered a Neon with a radio delete, 95. I didn't think they were doing stuff like that recently. It's 30 years ago, really, when you think about it. Can you please ram into a vehicle? Why would I want to do that? What you're missing is kids in the back yelling, "Are we there yet?" Yeah, well, at least we don't have to put up with that. Jay Weiss, would it be a nice trip with a Tesla? Well, we'd probably be stopping as often because we're doing about, I don't know, like 120 miles because we don't have a fuel gauge. So what we figure is we can actually, you know, with doing the math, we can probably get about 180 miles on this 12-gallon tank that we borrowed off Tony. But we're doing about 120 and just kind of playing it a bit safe. So we'd probably have to charge, you know, we got to stop probably as often as a Tesla. But we're in and out in 15 minutes. That's checking the oil, topping the oil up, checking everything. And, you know, we're out of there in 15 minutes. Those little electric demons are, you know, you got to be there for 2 hours or something. So they make it a long cross-country trip. America, yep. Grab and Gruesome needs an exit tax for the old Plymouth. does have what they call one-way tags, which we got. I got in California. That was kind of the first thing we got down there at the DMV. And yeah, basically it's just a little piece of paper that says you can drive it from wherever you buy it to wherever you're going on a one-way trip. So I don't think it's really designed for 2,000 mile trips, but hey, I didn't make the rules. They just said a one-way trip from where we're going just happens to be 2,000 miles away. The wagon is the Kiwi Express, mate. It is the Kiwi Express, you're right. We need to find a surfboard to strap to the roof. Lots of names get bandied around for this old girl, but Large Marge has kind of taken my fancy a little bit from the old Pee Wee Herman movie. So, what's the speed limit now? I think the speed limit here is 70 mile an hour, but it depends where you are and which state, which part of the state. So it does vary a bit. It's not like New Zealand where it's just one maximum speed limit. Dave Lewis, we've got Rain-X on the windshield, and I've got to tell you, it's just not working that well. But somebody commented earlier that it doesn't work well on steep windshields. So I don't know.
I think it's clearing up though.
Yeah, the weather does look like it's clearing up a bit, so that's going to be nice. But the rain going, that's a line out of a song, isn't it? Rainwater flowing under the hood. That's not hurting us any, so no, we'll take it. I like Rustine. Actually, that's pretty good. Nada suggested Rustine. That's not bad. Yeah, an old vintage longboard would look good on here. Which lane are you driving in, Steve?
Lots of potholes around here.
Oh, okay, fair enough. I just looked up and we're straddling the line and like, what? Look out for a Ferrari with Christy Brinkley in it. Griswold, yeah.
Yeah, looking for Christy Brinkley in a Ferrari.
Yeah. If we find her, it might extend our journey a little. But hey. Peter Gray, as we say in Oz, you guys are living the dream. Cheers from Gippsland. Is that Gippsland? Yeah. Gippsland, Australia. Cool, man. Good to have you along. Holiday Road, yeah. If we had a stereo in here, but we got a stereo lead, we could play Holiday Road, but yeah. Beers for Monday. Or Crustine for the Kiwi accent. Okay, I feel like I'm getting made fun of here. What else is going on? Don't eat the sandwich with the pea. No, that's a thing. No, not eating the sandwich with the pea. Christy Brinkley is probably an old lady by now. Yeah, but I'm an old man. I'm an old man now, so that's alright. Yeah. I bet she still looks pretty good though. How does the horn work? That's how the horn works. And the other thing you're not seeing there is the two horns are on the floor in the back. So I'm guessing they were possibly jammed on and someone took them off. But hey, so no horn. But it's more people blowing their horn at us than us blowing the horn at other people. Because at the moment we're kind of doing the mobile chicane sort of routine here. Jokester, 99 bottles of beer on the wall, 99 bottles of beer. Yeah. And we're not quite that stir crazy yet, but it might happen. Tony in the back. Yeah, well that was the reason Tony couldn't come. One, he won't get on a plane. There's no way he's getting on a plane. And I was, like he would have had to smoke at the gas stations, and he ain't doing 2 hours without a cigarette. That's not happening. and I can't sit in the car with someone smoking. It's just too confined. I just can't do it. It's not anything fresh. I can't deal with the smell. Not any moral high ground or anything. If people want to smoke, they can smoke. I just don't particularly like being too close to it, you know. Don't forget Gas Monkey Garages in Dallas. I think we'd be a bit lowbrow for Gas Monkey Garage, wouldn't we?
Yeah, I don't know. They want us to definitely do a big burnout. And,
oh yeah, well, yeah. I don't think there's any big burnouts going on. Or maybe when we get to Franklin.
Yes, maybe.
With no rear brakes. Maybe then. But yeah, right now, no. I want to be like pushing the car distance from my workshop before we get stuck into it. 99 bottles of octane boost on the wall. That's a good one. I thought Tony quit. No, Tony doesn't quit. He always says he's quit, and he'll say, "Oh yeah, I quit smoking a while ago," as he's rolling his cigarette. I don't quite know how that works. Billy Bob Holcomb, no wipers, maybe some string. No, it seems to be drying out a bit now. It's just, the water's not even blowing off the windshield when there's no rain.
It's not enough water.
Not enough water?
Not big enough drums.
It's actually a bit easier to see. Like, it looks pretty hard to look through. I admittedly went on camera, but like sitting here, the visibility's not bad. Yeah, Joseph Stott. More than 55 mile an hour. Listen for the rods coming out. What's up, bud?
The visibility is not really the problem. It's how loud it is in here. The last stop we got off to get some fuel. It really takes 5 to 7 minutes for your ears to calm down from how loud it is. You still feel like you're in the car driving. It's doing great though. I mean, it'll run better than 60, but 60 is where it seems to be really happy. It's where it seems the best. It's where it drives the best. And we still got a long way to go. So really just trying to keep it in a good spot so that we know we can make it. Not push it, not do any burnouts, or run it hard. Just make it back to Nashville.
I've never been overtaken by so many semis though, I have to say. That's yeah, I'm usually grumbling and complaining about the semi trucks, but I think it's them complaining about us this time. Mr. B, have you named the car? Well, kind of. We're getting a few new suggestions on this live, but I quite like Large Marge. Just after Pee-wee's Big Adventure. So, but it's not set in stone yet. So. Danny Boy, get Uncle Tony a can of Copenhagen and a spit bottle. Oh, that's even worse than smoking, man. I can't do people spitting in the bottle. Richard Rawlings would buy the car for cash. Yeah, but not enough. Yeah, the Kiwi Express is not a bad name either.
Kiwi Express is not bad.
If I keep it as like a shop vehicle, I might do that. Might Russell Finch. Yeah, mate, there's probably there's another 2 videos coming from in California, so just watch out for them. Sorry they're delayed. It's like, hey, I'm powerless. I just can't get the videos loaded on the hotel Wi-Fi. Stockwell, hi from New Plymouth, New Zealand. New Plymouth. Yeah, that's my grandparents used to live in New Plymouth in New Zealand, and I used to live in Harbour down there. So if you're from New Plymouth, you'll know where Harbour is. Yeah. What else is going on here? Yeah, when we get dry again, we'll put some more rainings on. Fixing on a garage, wasn't your coupe something you built for a calling card of sorts? Yeah, it really was. I had nothing to do. I opened the doors of the shop and nobody ever heard of me. Nobody knew what I could or couldn't do. So yeah, I built, I say so myself, a badass Mustang. I'm going to have to disconnect the mic so I can plug in the power because my battery's saying percent. So I don't know. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Be an interesting test to see if the mics actually help much. So Olam Drab's saying, I think Kiwi's got one that maybe Tony will build. I'm guessing you're talking about a Hemi. I know the Tony. Once of this is enough, right? Joseph Sot. How do you pronounce it? Sot. What do you think, Steve? Is once enough doing this?
I don't know. I would, at this point, I'd like to do it again.
Yeah.
At this point, I would encourage anybody to find something. I mean, maybe not start out this far, but if you got a buddy and you like working on cars, I would do it. I would definitely do it. Even if you fail, might be fun. We've had some really, really good guys that will probably be lifelong friends.
Yeah.
From flying to San Diego and not knowing anybody and meeting 3 guys that were just awesome was almost worth the trip. Just that. And then if the car makes it back and we get to tell them that the car they helped us work on made it back, that's awesome.
Yeah, that will be that'll be very rewarding. Because they did. I mean, all this guy did was sell me a car. He didn't agree to help rebuild it, but that's what he did. Tongue in cheek, I say this. He may have been kind of just wanting to get rid of us a little bit, but I think Lee enjoyed it too. We all enjoyed it. Especially with things like when it fires up, and then we had trouble with the transmission. The transmission gave up. So that was another obstacle, a hump to get over. We got the transmission fixed, and then we had some more troubles. And finally, we got it kind of debugged, I think, touch wood, and we're rolling. Slowing down a bit now. Let's see. Yeah, raindrops. Raindrops for sure. Jumping cell towers, probably, yeah. We're back. It's back. Yeah. Joseph Stark. So you'll use the trailer from now on. Yeah. I mean, that would have been. It's just boring though, man. Like to tow a trailer all the way out. 20. How many hours is it? Like 30 hours. 30-hour drive with a trailer, then put the car on it 30 hours back. I just wouldn't do that. For me, you're going to do that, you might as well just pay a transport company. I did price up getting it transported back, and I could get a transporter to bring it back for like $1,350. Well, you're going to spend well more than that in gas and accommodation driving to California and back from Nashville. So, you might as well just, in my opinion anyway, you might as well just, if you're going to trailer it, just get someone else to trailer it. What else? road trips are better in a big pickup truck with aircon. Classic cars are for local area, I think. Yeah, you're probably right, Jay. I'm definitely missing my, cruise control and air conditioning and central heat and heated seats and all that fun stuff. But Dad, Elaborate and Kiwi, did you call your wife to let her know you're safe? Yeah, buddy. Yeah, we've been in contact. She is a little worried about us. So, but we'll be okay. We're big boys. We got phones. We can ring for help. Them little wing windows look like they'd be useless, but I bet they work. But I bet they work well. Yeah, they're a little kind of frozen up and bent and kind of pointing the wrong way, and that one's just missing. So yeah, we just left them shut. Yeah, Buffdale Campo. Yeah, the phone is a little spotty. Jay White's wife is shopping on his credit card. That's a distinct possibility, I'm telling you. That's why I need to be back by Friday so she's not she doesn't get loose on the weekend. Big wheels keep on rolling. Yep, they do. Traffic, man, this sucks. This is screwing up our average speed.
Better gas mileage though.
Oh yeah. Do a drift. No, with good shocks and suspension, I don't think this would make much of a drift car, but yeah, with 45-year-old suspension in it, it's definitely not a drift car. Fixing on in the garage, says Tony's at the shop running up our Snap-on tab. That and diving through the dumpsters. Dad or Breton, you should advertise your car to get more publicity. Paint or tape? Oh, like paint something on it. I guess you could. Yeah, trucks filling both lanes. Yeah, it's not unusual, is it? Surprise issue. Surprise at traffic. Where are we, Steve? Like roughly.
Let's see here. We're coming into Wilcox, and there is it's just really red.
Let's have a look.
Right here. It's just really red, so I don't know what's going on.
There you go. Yeah, it is red, isn't it? Yeah. Oh well. Not much you can do. Stare at the back of a semi. Strix MTB. How long is the road trip? 2,000 miles, man. 2,000 miles. Joseph Sott wants to know how much I'd sell it for. That's a good question. I'm not sure whether I want to sell it. Those back brakes aren't sounding healthy, are they? Can you guys hear the back brake?
When I hit the back brakes, they definitely stick for a good 30 seconds or so, and then they let loose, and that's it. But if I hit them again, they stick for another 30 seconds.
Kiwi, Peewee, and Large Marge. Colin and Joe Wally. Hey! That's old friends from New Zealand. Doesn't Murray have her own credit card? Well, yes, she does. Yeah, she does. Yeah, you got me. Hey, that's really cool that you're watching, guys. That's awesome. Burn out in the wet. Yep. J Vintage 1970. Well, this is the first test for you. Temp gauge working. No, the temp gauge is not working. But, you know, she's been good. She hasn't even looked, well, again, shouldn't take tempt fate, but we've to date we've had no heat issues. Stray bullet, no, we've not found the source of the rubbing, but I'm pretty sure it's coming from the rear brakes. So I think we'll address that when we get in tonight or in the morning. Greasy garage, no wipers, buddy, no wipers, no fancy stuff, no frilly Tesla stuff on this car. Yeah, that's squeaking pretty good. Earplugs at the next stop or some cotton, yeah. Hello from Surprise, Arizona, safe travels. Jewel the movie. Man, I remember watching Jewel at the movie theatres as a kid when it was like a new release. That dates me, doesn't it? Don't piss off one of them truck drivers. Yeah, you're right there.
You got the movie 6 months late over there, huh?
Probably, yeah. Probably. Tony's going to cover himself in axle grease and claim squatters' rights in your shop. Red at night, trailers delight. Long Island Mopars, you hear the brakes dragging? Yeah, mate, so do we. So do we. It doesn't sound like there's a lot of linings left in the. It's sounding a little bit like a lathe running on something that's out of round. Yeah. I don't know. We might have to address that a little bit sooner than tonight, maybe. Maybe the next fuel stop will dive under there and clamp off those rear brakes.
If we quit hitting the brakes, we don't really need them.
That's true.
But this traffic ain't really helping in that situation.
Danny Boyd, we couldn't replace the rear wheel cylinders because we couldn't get the rear hubs off. We really didn't have time. That's quite a big job, and it takes a hell of a wheel puller to get the drums off, like a serious old school wheel puller, or hub puller I should say, to get them off. They're on a taper and a keyway, and they take a lot of getting off, and the plan always was to just clamp them off and just run on front brakes. Front brakes do 80% of the work anyway. So yeah, but they seem to be working a little bit.
They were kind of working.
Yeah, they were.
So we figured, we'd give them a shot, and they're working. They're just not working 100%.
Long Island Mopars, does she load up on idle? She really doesn't. We've actually idled her for 10-15 minutes, and she seems to be fine. Joseph Sott, what gear ratio? I've no idea, buddy. They could 323. I'm not sure whether they went that low on these old girls because they only had 40-inch wheels originally. Yeah, it'd probably be 3.0, high twos maybe. Uncle Tony, if he's still on, could probably chime in and tell you exactly what it was, which factory it was made in, and all that. Greasy garage, new unknown noises, nothing scarier on the highway. That's true, man. Billy Bob Holcomb, if the temperature gauge doesn't work, it means there's no heat problem.
Yeah.
We're just watching for the steam, the little smoke signals coming from around the edge of the hood. So, what'd you do for exhaust? Well, we had a couple of lengths of straight pipe, which we kind of tacked together. One glass pack and one oval can muffler, one on different mufflers each side. Took it as far back as we could, which was barely behind us, and hit the road. Danny Boyd, wipers are for quitters. That's absolutely right. Maybe some fish and chips in Wilcox, man, that'd be nice. I could go some fish and chips.
I've been hearing about these fish and chips.
But you got to have New Zealand fish and chips, because
we're not talking Captain D's, huh?
No, not Captain D's. I've been to Captain D's once, and I'm not going for a second time.
What?
No, maybe we
Lord.
just had a bad one. But I went to the Captain D's in Franklin, and that was awful. No duct tape for the glove box. Yeah, we have got some duct tape, but this is kind of handy.
It's pretty nice. It's like a tray table on an airplane.
Yeah, it's kind of handy for putting your stuff. You know, you can put your. Tony would have this all laid out with us for his cigarettes and roll your owns and stuff. You know, he could roll a mean cigarette down there. So, but yeah, it is sitting right on my kneecap, and if we run into something, I'll be definitely missing a kneecap.
The kneecap, you'll tear up the glove box door.
Well, there is that too. Yeah. We got movies late in Hawaii too back then. Yeah. Yeah, the car runs really straight. It does. It does.
I tell you though, you know, they seem to be releasing a little better the more we're in this traffic.
Oh, really?
I mean,
a bit quicker?
Yeah, it seems like they're releasing in about 10 seconds now.
But yeah, I just think we need to clamp them off to stop that grinding. What else have we got here, mate? Makanaka, what kind of car do you have? You mean this one we're driving, or like as a you know, daily driver? I'm not sure what you're asking there, mate. This car's a 59 Plymouth Suburban Custom, and yeah, I've got a 66 Mustang and a few others. Yeah. Duxter Wolverine, Duxter, yep, keyed axles, never had the pleasure of doing one. No, I know they're an absolute bear to get off. Mopar Den. The wagon's current seating capacity is 146. Yeah, we got some stuff back there, guys. We got a couple of big, you know, the two big suitcases of Steve's. You know, he needs a lot of, you know, he likes to, you know, to have 7 different options for what he's going to wear that day. You know, so you know, most of all that luggage is his, and we've got a few tools here that I brought. Yeah, a few goodies. We got a windshield too, which was pretty cool. This car came with a brand new windshield. Which, you know, as you can see by the big crack here, it does need a new windshield. So that'll be one of the things on the list when we get back. But yeah, we got a ton of space back here. Stray bullet. I don't think it's a case of loosening the adjustment. It's only dragging like that when you actually apply the brakes. It sounds a little bit to me like we've lost it. You know, the linings are worn out. They're gone because it's going metal to metal by the sound of it. There's a lot of rated a 20-year-old car, that would be low mileage. You know, in 20 years, 71,000 miles. So who knows? But you know, it is what it is. Barracuda, yeah, we didn't even have colour TV in New Zealand until '74. I remember colour TV being like the new thing, and only some people had it. You know, not everybody had the money for a colour TV because they were expensive. Fixing on a garage, drive with your nose. That's how a lot of us figured out car sense. You're absolutely right. That is, you know, that is. You can smell a car when it starts to get hot if you're paying attention. And lots of smells coming through from the engine bay anyway, through all the dry rotted, you know, rubber plug holes in the firewall. So yeah, we're getting a fair bit of. Not bad, but you know it's there. You know, it smells like an old car. So when they get hot, you soon smell them. You just got to know what it smells like. J Vintage, did you get all the lights working? Yes, we did. Got them all working. Actually, wasn't bad. I had to replace one length of wiring in the pack, a couple of bulbs, a headlight unit, and we were good to go. Where do you all get FM? When did you all get FM radio? Jeez, that's a good question, Danny. It would have been the 80s when we got FM radio. Yeah, I would say very early 80s. Unnamed is, well, we're out on the traffic now, but unnamed suggested running the shoulder be a man. Oh, you're jumping that 2000 to be a fearful kind of guy. Never scared of the throttle, was I? But that was that was kind of my signature in rallying. Here he comes, look out. So yeah, I mean, you just got to go, you know, like if we break down, we'll truck it home, you know, like what's the worst that can happen? We'll get cold and miserable, you know, compared to what, you know, the payoff, if we can make it back, you know, it's worth it. Windows not fogging up, which is great. I have a Cuda and can't be driven in the rain, fogs up too much. Yeah, it's pretty clear at the moment. Last night it was fogging up a bit. Monk from Philly, Kiwi, however you clamp them off, make sure no pressure gets through to the wheel cylinders and we'll lock them up solid. Yeah, you're absolutely right. No, we'll seal them off good. Doesn't have cruise control. Yeah, this thing. I think I'm back now. Stray bullet, you should really open up the police when clamping the line. Yeah. Yep, you're right. We should. Yep, that's a good tip. James Justin, log the gas mileage. In the gas mileage. We'll keep a record, like, you know, I keep texting Steve how many miles, like the mileage when we stop each time. We're averaging about 16 miles to the gallon. So, Billy Bob Holcomb, stock up on snacks as soon as possible. You don't want the place to be named. We're probably going to have to stop again in a little while. Stray bullet. Yeah, you lost Kiwi there for a while. We're just coming in and out of coverage. Chuck E. Cheese, not needed. I'm not going to Chuck E. Cheese. Brake pedal wear should show if the odometer is flipped. There you go. I'll give you a look at the brake pedal. There's the brake pedal. I bet you it's original. Don't you love how wide they are? Well, you got room for 3 feet on your brake pedal. That's just a Mopar thing. That was funny. They had huge brake pedals. Yeah, looking at the wear on that, I guess it could be original. I'd love to see someone doing this in 50 years with a computer-controlled car. Yeah, I'd like to see someone doing this in 50 years in a Tesla. Because it won't be around, and it certainly won't fire up. You know, it won't turn on, whatever you want to call it. it getting colder. You definitely feel it getting colder. Mike and yeah, the radio. Yeah, if the radio. I'll tell you what. If that song from Christine comes on, I'm out of here. If we start hearing that, I'm out. I'm gone. Kiwis grumbling glass bags. Yep, that's about the size of it. Stray bullet. Byscript didn't come up with this idea. No, I didn't. I suspected he didn't. You know, but yeah, I have had a couple of comments that weren't quite as encouraging as they could have been, kind of saying I'm just copying Byscript. It's like, no, I'm not copying him. It's a good idea. It's a fun adventure, and we're doing it also. And we're putting it on. But looking at how many people are interested, people want to watch it, so why not put on? This car isn't being driven on a truck bed, they're being fooled. No, this is the real deal. There's the road going by. I wonder if you can see the road through the floor. Yep, there's the road through the floor. Oh, this really is getting cold, isn't it?
It's temperature's definitely dropped.
Yeah. Hey guys, well, we're looking like stopping again soon. Getting hungry, getting cold. So I might sign off now. It's been fun talking with you guys, it really has. And we're going to do it again on the way, like tomorrow. We'll be around, and yeah, this has been awesome. Again, another fun part of the trip that I had. Okay, I think we're back. You guys have to try one shot deal. How fast is that car? Me, Uncle Tony, and all the YouTube followers sure would love that 10 minutes pedal to the metal moment. Yeah, I'm sure you would. There's part of me that's tempted, but no. Just Dirty Bird 71. Just saw torsion bars. Yeah, I think you might have. Hey guys, yeah, I'm gonna sign off. My voice is running out, and getting cold, and getting low on fuel. Thanks for tuning in. You guys have been awesome. Had a blast. I will be back on hopefully tonight on Uncle Tony's live, and again tomorrow. See you later guys. Take care.